I create a supportive learning environment with students so that they feel comfortable to make mistakes and take responsibility for their learning.
In this way, we're going to do an activity called question sorts, and this is a technique developed by teachers in the Graduate School of Harvard. So all question sorts is I've taken the two criteria that we looked at, high interest and low interest. So low interest is at the bottom, and then high interest is at the top here. And then what I've done is I've taken Bloom's taxonomy. There are 6 sort of verb descriptors, and these describe what your question is asking you to do. And so it's going from lower order thinking skills to higher order thinking skills. So if I ask you just to remember something, you can recall it instantly. It's more of a lower order thinking skill. I'm not requiring you to really think about it and analyze it. All the way on the other spectrum, to create something that is new and original is very difficult because a lot of people before us have been able to create them. But if you're able to take 2 ideas and connect them in a way that no one else has done before, that's also creative. And that's what you're going to be.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, there are elements of spoken language.
It wasn't too technical.
Hey Joe,
Right.
I'm really bummed. I'm sitting here and so
It would be
as you go along, they kind of mix.
right.
You might have written it, but there are aspects of spoken language in it. And when you go toward the written is, when you get to academic textbook language,
There's no connection between you and your audience. It's required by.
The question that we'd like to answer today is, how are these principles going to be used? How can they be used? And so this is really a reflection piece to kind of delve into the learning principles and start discussing as a group within our mixed groups. How is this going to look in the classroom? What might we change based on the learning principles? It's basically a filter. So the important thing to think about when we're looking at the learning principles and deciding how we implement them, there are 3 important perspectives. The first one is the student. How would they use the learning principles? And the main goal is for them to understand how to learn and understand their own learning. So if they understand that this is how you learn, it's going to help them be more self-reflective and understand their own learning. For parents, if they're aware of the learning principles and the sort of the priorities that we set as a school, they're also going to be able to understand their students' learning and why we do things a certain way at the school. For teachers and administrators, it's a reflective piece to help us understand how effective our teaching is. And so the idea is that with the learning principles being transparent to the whole community, if you walk into someone's classroom, if you come to a PD workshop, you would see elements of the learning principles in place.
So what else is in store for us next year? One of the focuses for next year will be on assessment. Now that we've revised our assessment policy, the next step is to review our assessment practices and improve them further. We'll be looking specifically at giving quality and timely feedback and also formative assessment. Another focus for next year that has been a focus for the past 2 years is tech integration. We'll be looking at how technology can enhance what we do in the classroom, specifically with assessment and building relationships. And the third focus for next year will be on building relationships. This is based on the work by James Strong and Stephen Farr.